What's up, everybody? It's your boy Damo Flips. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm not getting in front of the camera. It's just right now, this is what we're doing because I'm buying so many cars. This video in particular is going to be a breakdown. I don't even want to call it a breakdown. Let me be totally honest. This is for subscriber Anonymous. Anonymous, this is for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't use autocheck. The reason why I've started to use autocheck is because our finance companies use them. So that's the reason why I use it. Why I don't use it is because I can get Carfax reports for $5. The official Carfax reports for $5 or $4, whatever it is. So that's why I've used Carfax so much. But let's break down how I get my auto check. Most of you guys already know, and what I look for in it. So this is the Accord. I just dropped a video on it. We're gonna copy the VIN, no problem. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna open up the Manheim app, and I think I did this in the so it opened up to MMR right off rip, but if you look at the bottom of my screen, now I'm using an Android. I'll try to do a couple videos with my Apple, so this way you guys can see that one too. But starting at the bottom left, you have Home, Find Vehicles. That yellow button there, that's to VIN scan. So if the car was here in front of me, I could scan it. To the right, that's MMR. This is the page that we're at right now. And to the right of the yellow, that's MMR. And you can actually select the year and manually put it in, but I like to use the VIN number. And you have My Account, which is my account. It's what I purchased. So let's go into the VIN. You'll see on an Android, once you click in there, the VIN, the latest that I copied is right here in the middle of your screen. So I'll hit that. We're gonna hit that yellow button. And here we are. It pops it up. 2002 Honda Accord 4-cylinder, 4-door sedan, LX trim. The base MMR, which is basically going to tell you, I don't use the grading system for MMR. I don't like to use it because that's the way someone else grades the vehicle. I like to grade it on my expectations. And let's be honest, out of everyone that's watching this video, I can guarantee you, each and every one of us grade cars differently. So I don't go on that so much. I just go on what I'm going to spend on the car. But it tells you right here, and this is MMR. This isn't AutoCheck, just so you know. The base MMR is 1250. The average mileage for this car is 236. The average condition is 1.7. That's it. But let's get into AutoCheck. So I click AutoCheck, and here we are. We're on AutoCheck. 2002 Honda Accord LX. Sedan, 4-door, 2.3 liter, 4-cylinder. The VIN number's there. Number of historical events, 28. That does not mean 28 accidents. That does not mean 28 anything. It just means 28 times this car had a historical event. What does that mean? It was registered 28 times. It had 28 oil changes, or a combination thereof, let's say that. It was in Honda 28 times. So out of this car's life, 28 times someone put in an event, whether it was an oil change, an accident, a recovered theft. It could be anything, a service, anything. It could be anything, ran at auction, anything. Calculated owners. This car has had 4 different owners. I don't know how this car has got 4 different owners in such low miles, but the only thing that I can think of is A, someone rolled the clock back, and I believe I have a video about that coming out shortly, or already came out, or B, it was like in the family, where a parent gave it to a son or a daughter, then they gave it to their next youngest, and then it went down the line and they didn't drive that much. No one drove that much. I don't know. 4 owners and 76,000 miles on this car. I find it hard to believe, but once we get it, I'll throw it on my computer and I'll tell you that right off the rip. Going down the list, number of accidents, 1. Okay, so it's been in an accident. Not a big deal. All this is kind of self-explanatory. And Anonymous, if you were expecting me to, break down an actual auto check, I don't really get them. I don't use them. I think they're like $30 for each one. This is as far as I go with auto check. So last reported event, it was May 25th of 23, 2 months ago. All right. And at that time, they said that car had 56,000 miles on it. Flat. That's what it is. So here's your auto check score. 23 being not so good. So 23 to 38 is the average. Okay. That's what that means. 40 means that this car is above average. How do they factor that in? The number of owners, the number of accidents, and the mileage. That's how they get that. Now, going straight down. The one that I look for the most is going to be the third one down. Well, here, let's do this. Major state, title, brand check. It's okay. There's no brands on the title. Accident check. Yes, there was an accident. It doesn't tell you. It just says that an accident was recorded. We already know that because up here it says 1 accident. Okay. Damage check. Now, this is the one I look out for, okay? If I see something that's got damage check on there and it's not green, it's got the little round eye thing, that means that it's probably going to be announced as structural damage somewhere along the lines. And for financing only, I would not mess with this car, okay? Other title brand and specific event check. So that could be taxi service. Well, here, it actually gives us a list. So insurance loss, this is all just other branding that could be on there, okay? Chances are most cars are going to have this. Most people, when you buy a car, they're brand new, there will be a lien recorded, okay? Someone, usually, not everyone, there are people that go and buy brand new cars for cash. Usually, someone is going to take out a loan for a car, which means that it's going to put a lien on it, all right? So that's what you're going to look out for in these cars. Unfortunately, using the Mannheim one, it's not going to tell us that. It won't tell us exactly what. It'll just say if it had one. So this one does have one. It says other title, brand, and specific event check. So when I get the title, I'll show you guys the title, and you'll see that it's not going to have a brand. It might have a lien with a lien release, all right? Or at some point it had a lien, and I could get a Carfax for it as well. Vehicle use check. It was personal use, so again, it's not going to make it taxi or livery or anything along those lines. And auto check buyback protection. Love that, okay? So that means that if you were a normal person buying this vehicle and you used auto check and this came up, and down the road, within a certain time period, something happened where the information that you were given at the time of the sale was not accurate, then you would get the money back from auto check if you purchased that vehicle. All right. That is a beautiful thing to see there. Rebuilt cars, stuff like that, they usually won't have that. So they don't want to deal with the headaches. Odometer rollback usually won't have it. A lot of things won't have them. So that's pretty much how I use the auto check feature. I'm sure if you really want me to, I'll spend the $30 and I'll get a report for you and I'll bust it down without a doubt. And I can do the same thing for Carfax. But again, guys, remember, in this industry, I use this strictly for structural damage and odometer, make sure the odometer is not rolled back. The auction will usually announce them both. But because Manheim uses autocheck and ACV uses Carfax, you need to know, and my lenders use autocheck, I need to use autocheck. Now, when I'm buying cars to wholesale on ACV, before I send them to ACV, so I usually buy my cars for wholesale from Manheim. I buy my in-ops from Manheim. I'm breaking it down for you guys. This is bonus. Bonus! If you watch this far, congratulations, because you're about to get a gem. So check it out. I will buy my in-ops from Manheim, okay? Newer vehicles, less than 6 years old, from Manheim, low mileage, no accidents, bad motor transmission. I'll get them. I'll do the motor swap on them, get them detailed. And before I send that car to ACV, I run the Carfax myself. ACV uses Carfax. What ends up happening is if you don't run that Carfax and you send that car through ACV auction, for whatever reason, says, oh, that car's got structural damage. Now your car has a bad autocheck and Carfax. It just depends how fast they're going to pick up on it, because it's going to come up and it's going to say auction announced structural damage, which Carfax and autocheck, they're going to record it because they're going to take that information from the auction. They don't need to take that information from a police officer or a crash or an accident report, et cetera, et cetera. The auction announced it. So prior to me sending the car there, I'm going to run the Carfax and see everything that came back on the Carfax. If I see that something came back on the Carfax that autocheck did not pick up on, boom, I take the car right back to Manheim and I'll run it through Manheim, okay? But if I see it's clean, I will have the ACV guy come out, and before he hits that go live button, I go over the ad. Because until you hit go live and it's out there, it's not going to matter. Because a little secret, ACV can announce structural damage from their inspectors. I don't know how many of you guys have seen some of these inspectors, but they're looking at stuff like, oh, this looks like it was hit. This looks like it's not factory. That's not a factory weld. And they're saying, okay, structural damage. I don't know. They really don't even know. But they're going to announce it and ruin the resale on your car. So you want to watch out. You want to watch out. To be quite honest with you, I don't think they should do that, but whatever. So that's the bonus, guys. If you're going to be wholesaling cars, you're going to be buying them from Manheim or ACV, just know that if one announces something, before you run it through the other one, run it through whatever auto check they use, whether it's auto check or Carfax. Run it through there so this way when you're at the auction, you're not sitting there getting an announcement put on your vehicle. Use the one that will give you the less announcements. That's how you got to run them. Anyways, I hope this helped. Again, leave in the comments if you want me to get an auto check. I'll pay for it for us. I'll bust it down for us. And I'll do the same thing with Carfax. They're pretty much straightforward in terms of what you're doing. It tells you, all the things. If there's something in particular that you're seeing on a Carfax or an auto check and it doesn't make sense to you, by all means, hit me up, let me know, and I'll decipher it for you or tell you what I think. I don't know everything, but I'm surrounded by I'm a fucking car dealer in Tampa. All my buddies are car dealers. If I don't know it, I ask them. So anyway, guys, God bless. I'll see you on the next one.